So, this isn't exactly the direction I wanted my first video to go in. Um, the last video I did, I was super excited and I was telling you guys about all the things that are coming to the channel. Um, and I have been getting ready to do that stuff for you guys. But recently, as many of you know, there have been some things that have come up, and it's quite upsetting. Um, for those of you who know me, you know that I am mixed, and that I was raised by my grandmother, who is very much so African American. And as of recently, if you haven't heard yet, you will hear about it soon enough. There has been um, a man by the name of George Floyd was murdered by a white cop in Minneapolis. And it took me a while to make this video just because I didn't want it to be the first video that I did for you guys. But if you don't follow me on Twitter, I felt you guys deserved to know that I do very much care about what's going on. And it has indeed impacted me a lot more than you might be able to tell. I have been very vocal on Twitter about it for the last couple days, especially. And I just hate that it had to happen at all. 2020 was already a bad year so far. I mean, with the whole coronavirus thing breaking out, it's probably ruined the year for just about everybody. Especially people who are supposed to graduate this year, myself included. Um, Whether you were graduating from high school or college, that was ripped from you because of the coronavirus. And like underclassmen might have been happy because they're like, oh, we don't have to wake up at 6 in the morning to physically go to school. But for my older people, you guys know that it's not fun. It wasn't a vacation or anything. And then, of course, right as things were looking up, this happened. And it's absolutely heartbreaking. Especially considering that it happened towards the end of May. And a lot of you know that June is Pride Month. So people of color have been fearing for their lives simply because they were born the wrong color. But now, especially this month, they have to be extra cautious because not only were they born the wrong color in the eyes of some racist people, um, they, especially my African American brothers and sisters who are part of the LGBTQ plus community, um, now they have to worry because they're black and they're gay, or they're black and they're lesbian, or they're black and they're trans, or they're black and they like to do drag. Um, the world should not be like this, not now, because last I checked, the civil rights movement was supposed to create equality for both blacks and whites. And I feel as though justice was served temporarily, I guess. But I guess every time you look around, there's always going to be another person that's racist around the corner, or someone who just thinks the world would be better off without you. On top of just that in general, I have seen posts, screenshots more like, because I don't associate with racist people, but I have seen screenshots of people who have posted talking about how black people are like, how I just don't know how to word it. I've seen posts where people are like, oh, finally, one less person of their kind. And after George Floyd's murder, I saw someone had posted something, and someone took a screenshot of it and posted it to Twitter, and it said, oh, thank God that's one less person. I hope they didn't get the chance to breathe. And that's awful, and that is wrong, and I just don't even know how to go about it. You would think that in the year we're in now, and and how the last few generations have been handling things, most importantly how millennials and people who are a part of Gen Z have been handling things, we are all so much more accepting and loving and caring. And a lot of us were raised to love one another. But apparently, some people didn't get the memo. There's still racist people, and it's awful. I do want to reiterate the fact that even though bad cops are the ones who typically make the news, there are still good cops and bad cops. Good cops do things for us every single day. Good cops can save your life. Good cops can do a lot of things for you. But the bad cops who don't make their appearance that often, when they do, it hits the fan, and it hits it quickly and largely, causing a whole uproar and a ruckus. And it causes things like the Black Lives Matter movement to happen. And it's beautiful to see that we can all come together to support the same cause, but it's awful that it has to be after something drastic happens. And I wish that we could all stand together more often than not. But even with this whole thing going around, that isn't stopping negativity. There is still racism between people and people who are supposed to be our allies. I have also seen screenshots on Twitter of white people trying to be supportive of African Americans, and seeing African Americans comment on their stuff saying, "Shut up, white, you're wrong." And I mean, they've also said things like, "Oh, well, you can't understand how I'm feeling because you are not black," and da da da, which is very true. But they're our allies. They're here to help us. They are here because they agree with everything that we are standing for. And I just hate to see the hate and the racism between um, black and white people in general, because I'm both. And I mean, more recently, there's more like mixed kids being born and stuff, which is great. I'm happy to hear it, but that doesn't change the fact that that's that there's still bad people out there. Um, I am also really grateful for the YouTubers, the streamers, um, and like the famous singers and actors and actresses who have been speaking out about this. Um, I really want to thank um, like Halsey and Youngblood and 5 Seconds of Summer and Cole Sprouse for what they're doing. Halsey has been out there at protests constantly, patching people up who have been injured at what was supposed to be a peaceful protest. And I want to thank her for her hard work. I've seen a video of Youngblood literally standing on top of a cop car, and he was leading a chant saying, "Hands up, don't shoot." And it was absolutely beautiful, and I felt so warm. And then as far as 5 Seconds of Summer goes, some of them have been at protests, others have been speaking out constantly on social media. In fact, since I've been recording this, Callum posted on his Instagram. Yes, I had the notifications on. And they've just been very vocal partners in this, telling you where you can donate, telling you where you can show your support. And I will also include a couple places where you could do that as well at the end of this video. And then there's Cole Sprouse. For those of you who don't know who he is, he played Cody in The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and he also played Jughead in Riverdale. He got arrested at an LA protest, and it's very touching to see that people who we look up to are speaking out day in and day out about things like this. And then there's the YouTubers and the streamers who decided they want to be a part of Blackout Day and not post videos. And then there's the YouTubers that are also streamers that said, I'm not going to post a YouTube video, but I will be streaming if you guys need like someone to talk to. And it's absolutely heartwarming. I'm running out of time here, but I just want to say that I hope one day everyone will be able to accept one another for who we are. And I hope that when all of us leave the world, us millennials, us Gen Zers, that when we leave the world, it'll be a better place for the next generation, our children, our grandchildren, and the people who are going to carry out our legacy. So I said a couple minutes ago, I was also going to talk about places where you could help out. There's the petitions that are going around on all social media platforms. I'm going to try to put the link to one of them in the description down below. And if you can't afford to donate, that's cool. There's people who are going to be streaming today, like RT Games. He's planning on streaming, and all the funds that he raises is going to go to the donations for the Black Lives Matter movement. And then Plumbella, she has created a donation space. I'm going to try to include that also in the comments down below. And then there's Call Me Kevin. I think he already did his stream, but all the money he's made is also going to go to the donations, because this social injustice, this inequality between people just because the color of their skin has got to stop. I'm really hoping that justice will be served, because it needs to be. And I just want to also thank you guys for taking the time to listen to me get very emotional on a camera. Yeah, so I am gonna try to get those gaming videos up for you in a couple weeks, but this needs to be addressed, and I'm just glad I could do it. So thank you guys for watching. I love you all. Stay safe.